I want to start off by acknowledging I love Executive Vice Presidents. Linda, you've done a great deal for the working men and women, and I just want you to know, I know how to pronounce the word union. Look, folks, I want to thank you all for coming today. It's great to be back in Texas. Look, we all know the challenges ahead of us are fundamentally different than anything we've faced before. No matter how young or old you are, your first vote, or you've been voting a long time, literally the core values that make us who we are, our standing in the world, our very democracy is at risk under this administration. And few cities in America understand what it takes to secure those values than San Antonio, Military City, USA. My wife Jill and I came down here many, many times to go to Brooke Army Medical Center to deal with our wounded warriors. I carry with me in my pocket every day my schedule. And every single day, the staff checks out for the last 12 years. There's a black box I have here, and it lists the daily troop update. Exactly, not generally, exactly how many fallen angels have fallen in Afghanistan and Iraq. Yesterday, it was 6,900. Today, it's 6,901. Every single one those fallen angels was left behind the community. Every one deserves to be remembered. It's not about generalities. It's about individuals. We have wounded in Iraq and Afghanistan. As of today, 52,962, not over 52,000, 962. Because every one of them we owe a debt of gratitude to. Every single veteran that was wounded in Vietnam and passed away, 6 out of 10 of those same wounds are living because of the golden hour, we call it. I believe we only have one sacred obligation. We have many, but one sacred obligation. And I've been criticized for saying this for the past 35 years. And that's to prepare those and equip them, men and women we send to war, to defend our nation. Care for them and their families when they're gone, and care for them and their families when they come home. Our veterans deserve timely, world-class health care and comprehensive mental support, health support. They deserve a serious approach to ending veterans' homelessness. And they deserve a leg up when it comes to educational opportunities and economic opportunities. Most of all, they deserve leaders like the Congressman, the Senator, and others, leaders who fight for them as forcefully and as honorably as they have fought for us. And folks, I never thought I'd say this. I've served with 8 presidents. Donald Trump can't comprehend that level of service and sacrifice of our veterans. No, I'm not joking. At what their families have given for us. When my son was in Iraq for a year, my wife was a teacher, and every morning we'd get up and I'd walk into this large, we lived in a big old house, a large bathroom. And she'd be standing there drinking her coffee after having set her hair and mouthing a prayer every single solitary morning. And those of you who in fact have had spouses, children, parents who have served in combat, you know, you dread the concern every single day. You think about it 10 times a day. There was a famous expression by an English poet. He said, "They also serve who only stand and wait." So thank all of you spouses, parents, for what you've done as well. You know, America can overcome 4 years of Donald Trump's chaos and corruption, but if elected, re-elected if we're ever and fundamentally change the character of who we are as a nation. We can't let this happen. This election is about the soul of our nation. And Donald Trump has poisoned our soul. He fans the flames of hate groups, white supremacists here at home. Coming down the escalator when he announced in Trump Towers, he said he was doing it before he hit the ground floor. Remember what he said? He said, I'm going to take on those rapist Mexicans. Then he claimed, no, there's never been a president.
That's a lie, Joe.
Never been a president.
That's a lie.
Oh, it is a lie.
Yeah. And it was your son in the Ukraine.
Ladies, I need you to move, please.
This man represents Donald Trump very well. Just like Donald Trump. Claiming there's an invasion of America. No, let him go. Don't just let him go. This is not a Trump rally. This is a All right. We're all staying a long time, but here's the deal. You know, claiming. Remember in 18 he claimed to try to save the skin of the party. He claimed there was an invasion of Latinos coming across the border, going to invade and pollute America. Well, guess what? Guess what? It's not the words presidents say matter. It wasn't too long after that, a guy down in El Paso walks into a parking lot and guns down a lot of innocent people, and he says, I'm doing it to prevent the invasion of Texas by Hispanics. Folks, Donald Trump isn't just dead wrong, he doesn't know who we are as a country. We're a nation of immigrants. People who came here from every country on earth. An endless source of courage and optimism. Look what Trump is doing to us. He's waging unrelenting assault on our values and our history. And what he's doing is shaming the nation. You know, what when a father and a baby daughter seeking the shores drowns, when children are locked away in cages, overcrowded detention centers, the government tries to keep them indefinitely. When Trump uses family separation as a weapon against desperate mothers, fathers, and children who seek safety and a better life. When he threatens massive raids to break up families, many of them have been here for years and years, targets people at hospitals and schools. When children die in custody due to a lack of adequate care, it's morally wrong. It's un-American. As president, I'll reverse the damage this man has done. I'll restore the progress Trump has truly undone by taking a different look at how we do this. I just released a comprehensive plan on immigration. I will not bore you with, I don't hope it wouldn't bore you, but I will not spend the time. It will take a long time. But look, We have to create a comprehensive plan to create a fair and just immigration system that enhances our economy, safeguards our security, reflects the American character, the highest values of our nation. In my first 100 days, I'll reverse Trump's cruel and counterproductive policies that separate families and children. I will restore our historic commitment as a nation that welcomes asylum seekers and refugees. Welcome, that's who we've been. I'll surge humanitarian resources at the border, support migrants waiting for their asylum claims to be assessed, and support organizations that help provide for their needs while they're waiting. We'll end for-profit detention centers. We'll stand on the border security, make smart investments that actually work, not build a wall that wastes millions of taxpayers' dollars. Look, I'll end prolonged detention. I'll invest in a management program, enable migrants to live with dignity and safety while they await their hearing. So they can go to a doctor if they need it, enroll their kids in school if need be. I'll protect dreamers and their families. I can imagine. 5 years old. No, Mom, leave me here. It's a violation across the border. Give me a break. What do they think is going on? And I also want to make sure these dreamers are eligible for student aid so they can contribute more to the economy. Pell Grants, community college, I work to end the rage, and make sure no one's afraid to go to their job or see a doctor or go to their school or worship wherever they decide to worship. I really mean it. We are bigger and stronger than this. And think about this. I didn't think I'd ever see this, but I promise you, I'll protect the men and women who risk their lives in military service. I'll preserve family unification as a foundation of the immigration system, because immigration is all about families. That's how we all got here, with notable exceptions. And finally, I'll address the root causes of migration by assisting Central American companies to achieve peace, stability, and the rule of law. People come not because they want to leave what they're used to, because there's no opportunity. They're being abused. They're not safe. They're in a situation where their government's corrupt. Folks, here's the deal, and I'll end that Muslim ban, by the way. Guaranteed. We're going to invest $4 billion over the next 4 years to help those economies that are in deep trouble, and not detaining thousands of asylum seekers. Folks, in overcrowded detention centers. My God. I wonder how my Irish great-great-grandparents would have gotten here when my great-great-grandfather got on a coffin ship in the Irish Sea, having to leave his family behind and wondering if he'd ever make it. These are people who've come. You have come here. You're people that are resilient. You're people who are optimistic. You're people who know how to get up and fight back. Look, our approach to the issues like immigration has to reflect our values, as well as our laws and our Constitution. When I talk about the soul of the nation, I'm talking about restoring the backbone of the country. Wall Street didn't build this country. Middle-class workers built this country. People didn't have a chance. And I'm determined to give the middle class a shot again. A real shot. This time we build the middle class to bring everybody along. Everybody. Folks, the middle class is getting clobbered. And when they do, the poor have no way up. And guess what? All of it goes to the top. Look, that's the central promise of America. That anyone can succeed regardless who they are, where they came from, where they started off in life. Just give it a shot. My dad used to have an expression. He said, Joey, I don't expect the government to give anything except a chance. Just a chance. If we ever lose that notion, we lose the soul of America. And I promise you, it's not going to happen on my watch. When I talk about the soul of the nation, I'm talking about our values. What America stands for. Freedom, decency, honesty, democracy, decency, human rights. We stand with our allies and we stand up against dictators. We keep our word. We'll be less safe in the world. And the world will be less safe if we don't once again step up and lead the world. Because if we don't, a vacuum's created and the bad guys fill it. You know, I learned something the last 2 months. Vladimir Putin doesn't want me to be president. Because he knows I know him. I looked him in the eye. I've met with him many times. I believe with every fiber of my being we'll beat Donald Trump because of who he's embraced. I just read 2 weeks ago that the guys out in the street and Trump, they love sending love letters to Kim Jong-un. Well, the official news agency of North Korea announced, I guess it was about 10 days ago, Joe Biden is a rabid dog and should be beaten to death with a stick. I'm very proud of that. And guess what? Then Trump sent him a love letter. And by the way, have you ever seen a time when a sitting president, about 9 months before a primary even begins, the first caucus, is spending $10 to $15 million on air telling lies about me because he wants to pick who the nominee is? I wonder why he doesn't want me to be the nominee. With your help, I'll beat him and beat him like a drum.